Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, I actually have like a really special video for you all today just for this one. And this is kind of like a milestone video where I'm going to be talking about how I doubled the value of my stock portfolio in just a little over 7 months. And usually when you see something like this, like a title like this, like, oh, how I doubled my portfolio in this amount of months or whatever. Usually when you see something like that on YouTube, it's like a scam or it's totally clickbait or non-legit. And it just seems like it's too good to be true. And it's kind of like how you see with Bitcoin things all the time. You look in the comment sections and you see all of these comments. I've been trading for months now with Mr. Warren and he has made me over $100,000. Like you see a lot of scams and stuff like that on YouTube and many other places as well, where people are just lying to you and trying to get a quick buck. But with this video today, it is 100% legit. I have the proof for it and I'll just go ahead and show you in just a few seconds. And I'm also going to be explaining how I made this actually happen, because as we know, it is very rare to double your money in this small amount of time. And especially if you think about the average stock market return per year, just with the index funds and ETFs like VOO, the typical average return per year is about 10%. So anything over 10%, it's considered beating the market. And as we know, the majority of investors don't actually beat the market. So when we do, it's definitely a big deal. So with this being said, if you enjoy types of content where I just give you all some transparency with my portfolio and talk about my investment strategies, then please make sure to smash that like button. It really does help me out and I greatly appreciate it. Plus, it's just pretty fun to share some insights and some things that I've learned with my experience with investing so far. So as of today, as you can see, we're having another fantastic day so far. The actual market hours have not opened up for today. This is currently Monday right now, July 13th, I believe. Yeah, it's July 13th. So the market hours haven't even started. The pre-market hasn't even started. But so far, we are up like 3.58% already. And that is mostly thanks to Tesla stock. But today aside, I'll go ahead and show you every single section of the chart, including the 1-year chart and the all-time chart. So the weekly chart, we're up 14.70% or plus $14,647. The monthly chart, we're up 31.90% or plus $27,644. The 3-month chart, we're up 64.42% or plus $44,789. Keep in mind the 3-month is going to be the highest one you'll see out of all of them, because this is like right after the stock market crashed. So it's in this specific little section right here where there's a lot of gains. So it doesn't count before the crash. And then if we look at the past year, which is not even complete, as you can see, there's many months left. There's still like 5 months left on this chart. And we're up 58.79% or plus $42,312.69. And then the same thing for the all-time chart right here. If you look at the all-time, my first day on this chart was December 2nd. And I'm assuming that's when I got a free stock because it says plus $3.75. So I'm assuming I signed up with a referral link and I got a free stock thanks to somebody. And so as you can see, I started on December 2nd, 2019. And then today is currently July 13th, 2020. So if we look at this chart in full, in just a little over 7 months, I've made $42,222, or I've gained 58.66%. And what's crazy about this is that the gains that I've received in these 7 months is actually way more than what I've earned with my actual career. Like, I'm a content creator, I own multiple channels, and then I'm also partnered with a game company as well, where I get a specific commission when people use my referral code. So that is my income. I have this channel right here, another channel, and then I get payments from people buying digital items with my referral code as well. And then I also have some income with Robinhood and Webull, with you all signing up to those links as well. So I've actually made more in 7 months with this portfolio in the stock market than I've made in real life. I've probably made double what I've made in this 7 months so far, because this has been a pretty rough year so far, just revenue wise. So the stock portfolio is dominating my real life income. But I just wanted to share this with y'all because, like I said, it is one of those things that's kind of unbelievable when you hear about somebody doubling their stock portfolio in just this short amount of time. And especially considering that my strategy isn't anything crazy risky like options or day trading or some of these other much riskier things. I actually was able to grow this portfolio like this just by simply investing for the long term. And keep in mind, I don't plan on withdrawing these funds or selling stocks anytime soon. This is just the beginning. I plan on holding for like the next 40 years, and I don't plan on selling. I plan on simply adding more, and especially adding more if there's another dip as well. But really what I want to share with you all today is the strategy that led to this success, the strategy that led to me doubling my money and getting about 60% in gains in just a little over 7 months. And that strategy is known as concentration. So if you go ahead and look at my stocks over here, as you can see, I only own 3 main stocks in my whole portfolio. That's it. There's only 3 different stocks in my portfolio, and in order of the largest holding to the smallest holding, it is Tesla stock, which I own 34 shares, then it's Microsoft stock, in which I own 195 shares, and then it's Apple, in which I own 42 shares. So like I said, this is a strategy known as concentration. So normally, you know, if you're a typical investor, you understand the concept of diversification, which is basically buying a large number of stocks or buying an index fund or an ETF that automatically diversifies for you, because as we know, it is commonly recommended by a lot of investors to diversify, because if a stock does perform poorly, then you have other stocks that may perform a little bit better that can sort of counteract the one that performs poorly, and then vice versa as well. So that's why big investors like Warren Buffett commonly recommend diversification to a lot of newer investors. However, one thing that I've realized just within my experience with the stock market, you know, over these last few months, is that I kind of like this concentration strategy that I was discussing earlier. So concentration, in contrast, is when you have a very small number of stocks that you choose to hold, in which when it does make a movement, that individual stock has a larger effect on the general portfolio trend of that day. So the point I'm making goes along with this example. So with Tesla stock, it has been absolutely going crazy lately. It's up like over 50% just in the last month, and it has been performing very well for me. So keep this in mind. If we were to use the diversification strategy, for example, if I had like 30 stocks and then I also had Tesla stock, which was probably equal to every other holding that I have in terms of percentage holdings, or let's say if I just had Tesla stock, Microsoft stock, and then half of my portfolio value was in VOO as well, which is pretty much diversification. Investing in VOO is kind of the equivalent of investing in a large amount of stocks for diversification. So let's just say we bought all of these stocks and then I also had VOO. And this actually happened in the past. I had $32,000 invested in VOO, and then I also owned Tesla, Microsoft, and Apple. But what I did back in May of this year in 2020, I sold that $32,000 of VOO, and then I invested the money from that into Microsoft and Tesla, and significantly into Tesla as well. And the interesting thing about that was that I actually sold VOO at a $2,000 loss, because I thought there was a big opportunity to make money with Tesla stock, and especially with Microsoft as well. So as you can see, I took a loss for $2,000, but I've gained so much money in Tesla recently. As you can see, we're at like plus 96.98% right now. That's around plus $27.6 thousand. So that was definitely one of my best moves ever in the stock market. And it was one of those things where I even talked to my mom about this, because sometimes we talk about the stock market, and I was telling her, I was like, VOO is probably the only stock in my portfolio that I have purchased because, you know, there's that common recommendation of diversification. So it was one of those that I hadn't really handpicked myself. I definitely done my research on it and decided to pick it out of many of the other ETFs in the stock market. But it was one of those where it was like, so far, I've been doing pretty well with stock picking and picking stocks such as Tesla, Microsoft, and Apple. So far, I had received a lot of gains from those stocks, and I just realized I should probably follow my gut instincts on this rather than going with a choice that I'm going with just because it's commonly recommended by a lot of major investors. And so, like I said, I sold VOO at a loss, prioritized putting that money into Tesla and Microsoft, and that is one of the main reasons why I've doubled my money and have been able to get like this $42,000 gain so far just for this past 7 months. And so me making that move with selling VOO, that not only prioritized funds into stocks that I'm really bullish on, but it also eliminated that element of diversification and helped focus more on concentration. So there's really not much diversification with my stock portfolio right now at all. However, I am really confident with my stock picks. So I'm very confident in the future, especially for the long term. for these three stocks known as Tesla, Microsoft, and Apple. So that is the benefit of concentration compared to diversification. There's the common quote that states that diversification is for maintaining your wealth and concentration is for growing your wealth. So with this, I decided to back my words up with my money, and I went all in on this strategy, and so far it is working very well for me. I'm very satisfied. And the crazy thing is, if I put more money into my portfolio, I'm still not interested in buying a new stock because I'm pretty confident in the ones that I own. So what will probably happen in the future and in the next coming months or so is I'll probably just end up putting a lot more money into both Tesla and Microsoft stock instead of buying a whole new stock, because so far I'm really satisfied with this. And if I could get like anything over 10%, if I could get like 20% per year just with this concentration strategy compared to the typical diversification strategy, then I would be really satisfied. That's something I would be completely happy with. So that's really what I'm going for here. I know that Tesla has been going absolutely crazy lately, and there may be a little bit of a pullback and, kind of a plateau for a while. That could happen, but then again, we could have another huge bull run once again. But I just wanted to share this strategy with you all because I have noticed there's not many people on YouTube using this strategy. There's a lot of people using the diversification strategy, which I completely respect. I think that's a completely valid strategy as well. However, the concentration strategy is something that I'm really confident with because these are all stock choices that I'm pretty confident in because I've done my homework, I've done my research, and I think they will grow a lot in the future. So the three that I own right now, I'm not really nervous about it whatsoever. I'm confident in it, and I'm happy with the stocks that I currently own. So this concentration strategy just fits my risk tolerance, in my opinion. I'm pretty young. I'm only 22 years old. So I really do like this strategy, and so far I'm really happy with it. And like I said, the diversification strategy is also a great strategy as well. It just depends on what type of person you are and what kind of risk tolerance you have. So anyways, I just wanted to share this video with you all today because it is a pretty big deal for me. I'm really excited about this, and this is definitely a big milestone. I just hit the 100K marker for my portfolio just a few days ago, so I'm still excited about that. And then just yesterday I looked at my all-time stock portfolio growth, and I realized, I was like, oh my gosh, I've actually doubled my money. I've gained over 50% in just 7 months. So this was a big deal for me, and I just wanted to share it with some of you all out there. And then maybe you'll find some of the things that I've mentioned so far in this video useful. So if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to smash that like button. I really do appreciate it. And also feel free to sign up to Robinhood and Webull with my referral link in the description below. If you sign up with those links, then we'll both get some free stocks, which is really awesome. That's nice passive income for both of us, and it helps support the channel as well. And especially on Webull, you actually get some pretty good high value stocks on there. So I would definitely recommend checking out that website and using my referral link. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.